in his family. And I looked and I felt so gratified and satisfied that life has brought me around to this point where the man I met so many years ago, I am now serving him as his pastor. He was, of course, very busy. The music, groups, musician, and the boys, some of them still follow suit with that particular role. Then I started to move around and I met his brother. And every time that I came across a Brown, it brings a certain amount of reverence, a certain amount of awe, because Leonard had been riveted in my mind from age 11, age 12. And he was such a wonderful man that I thought every Brown has to be very good and deserving of much respect. I haven't changed that particular opinion, because dealing with his children, pastoring them, some here and some over there in the Gregory Park district, I have found them to be very close to the chip of the whole block. And they're wonderful people. Above all things, all these things, his commitment to God, par excellence, his commitment to the Lord made the difference. And I want to say to his family, you have had in him, Sister Brown, you have had in him a husband, a friend, a brother, a confidant. You would never be able to find another like him in all the world, except Jesus. And to the children, as was stated by Martin and others, you see him as a family man. He valued his family. The right price was on the family. And he would stop at nothing. Once it is not illegal, he would do everything in his power to ensure that his family is fed, taken care of, and properly nurtured. But his greatest legacy to all of you is that he gave you Jesus. And now that the Lord has called him to rest, I think he has labored and deserves to go to sleep. You will miss him. Your world will never be the same. But he has given you so much that you have more than enough, with the help of God, to carry on and to make the best of life. Make sure that you pass on these qualities to your grandchildren, to your children, and make sure that the legacy he stood for whilst he lived these 80 years will never come to an end, but that we will continue to see Christ, we will continue to exalt him, and last, when he comes, we'll have the joy of being able to see each other again. I have the confidence, and I share the hope that he only sleeps. I pray, God, that all of us here will do what God requires of us and make sure that we live according to his dictates. And so, my friend whom I met as a youngster and who has left his imprint on my mind, which has never been erased through the passage of time and will never be erased. It was a pleasure meeting you. It was a great pleasure coming back as your pastor and serving you. It is even heartening to know that you have kept the faith. You have never denied what God has called you to be. And wherever you have been, people must have taken note that here is a man who walks with Jesus. And the rest of the family members, he has fought, he has finished his course, he has kept the faith. And I know there is a crown of life awaiting whoever comes. To this end, cheerful. May we be hopeful. May we rejoice that he has passed our way. God bless you. And now we'll be having a video presentation on the life of Leonard Brown. I hope I'll see in this clip when he rode his bike to my school.
This tribute is coming from Elder Taylor to the family of the deceased. I am sorry to know that one of my spiritual sons is passed away. 37 years ago, I and my team went to Cherry to publish the good news of salvation. It was hard, but I get the victory. Leonard Brown and his three brothers and their friend Janet Garvey was the first set to accept the message. And then the first time that visited Kitson Church, I excited, and I took them and the church hymnal, and I started to show them how to read the notes. Same time they get excited, and Leonard said, I went to play the organ. And Leonard said, I went to buy a guitar. And to my surprise, in a short while, Leonard played the organ. I don't know how we do it. And Don bought guitar, and he too were playing. Then afterward, know what we did, Jamet and Leonard and Dundun and I, we formed a quartet. We gave it name the Mighty Rock Singers. And we sing all over Florida, St. Thomas, St. Mary, different churches, wedding, sing out. And we kept crusade, and we sing this, sing, and I preach. And I want to tell you something. I have a favorite sermon. You are not your own. You are bought with a price. And when we sing that one, it said, it said, behold the Lamb of God, on the cross. For you he gave his life on the cross. Oh, here is agonizing cry. Lama Sapasanai, draw near and see your Savior's blood. I want to tell you that all around we kept so crusade. and they sang and I preached. And we were able to build up 4 churches and help with many more and build up this little one in Kitson. Oh, it is marvelous. It was great, wonderful, nice time we have all together. And I want that Leonard is a wonderful, wonderful guy. And may I tell you something, that is not just enough. We go from place to place. And above all things, Leonard in the church for 57 years, and the church never get a bad report about him. He is very, very faithful to the church, and he is also faithful to his family. They got married and under my care, and we have many, many lovely children. He takes care of them, he loves them, and he loves the church. Oh, Leonard is so great. So I am saying to the family, don't weep too much. Don't weep too much. If we are faithful, one day, and the resurrection morning, we will meet again, where we will never fall, never fall. I want to say this is our hope. And I want to say to, I know Leonard can't hear me now, but I'm saying, Leonard, have a good sleep in Jesus, and your work will follow you. And this is my testimony about Leonard Brown. One day, soon and very soon, I believe we will be in glory. And then we went to sing the song of Moses and the Lamb. And when we sing the song, come and go with me in my Father's house, in my Father's house. And there will be joy, joy, joy in my Father's house. Thank you very much, and goodbye, Leonard, soon come. My brother Leonard was the first child of 4 boys. I would say I am the second one, followed by 2 others, Louis and Linford. Now, my brother Leonard, we grew up together in the very early years, but after a while, we have an auntie, Murray, and she fell in love with Leonard and wanted Leonard to come and stay by her because she didn't have any children. And my parents agreed that he could go by my auntie Florence. He stayed there, I don't remember for how long, but he went to school at the Kitson school, all-age school, and after a time he came back to live with us here in Beecher. Again, he did not spend all of his
time with us. Another auntie that moved from the area to St. Elizabeth wanted him to come and stay with her. I don't know, there seems to have a special liking for Leonard because he was a very hard, even from his childhood. And so he went and lived with Aunt Miriam Williams. She is her married name. He stayed there for a couple of years until, in fact, my auntie moved back up in this area again, and this time he come and stayed with us. He was now about 17 or thereabout, and he was a hard worker, and I don't know, but he went to Spring Gardens to work. A man named Mr. Coombs did have the property, and they were cutting cardwood on that property, and he worked there, he and his cousin Lally. He and his cousin Lally worked together. When you watch him work, he was slim, looked like he would not be able to manage, but he was one of the outstanding axemen that were cutting cardwood there. One of the things that the headman, Mr. Dimitris, noticed about him and his partner, they were very honest in that there were some who cut the cardwood and would try to use the same one to pack for the other week to get paid for it double.
Juanita Gooden.
One, two.
There may be a lonely valley waiting just around the bend. Many trials will come before I reach my journey's end. But through them I'll be faithful, and I'll walk in victory, pressing towards the moment when my Father, He says to me, well done, my child, your race is over. You have fought the fight and kept the faith. Enter into the joy of the Lord. Well done, my child. Your crown is waiting. Here is your robe of white. Your mansion is just inside. Come into the city of light. Well done, my child. See the streets of gold